So I'm sitting in traffic here on my way to downtown Raleigh. I recorded a bunch of content to launch my channel last night from my home studio. Got a fancy camera there, fancy lighting. Everything was looking so good. And I got about 9 minutes of content that actually got committed to the SD card. There was another 10 minutes or so where I kept talking and the camera just wasn't recording anymore. And I don't want to bore you with the technical details. I think I know what was going on. But it's so demoralizing, you know. I'm setting up my new channel, and the content that I was working really hard on is gone. I'm going to re-record it. I'm going to just recover that content by doing it over again, really. So I'm going to take what the universe has dealt me. And rather than start right out with some photography content, my original plan was to start my channel with a little content about spending only $300 to get a serious student camera, a digital camera with a nice lens and everything, where you can learn digital photography on the cheap. And really, I'm not kidding when I say that could be the first and last camera you ever own. You could do fine with it and produce like art show quality work, no problem. Anyway, I'm still going to make that content. I figure in the meantime, while I'm driving downtown, what I can do is tell you a little bit about what I hope to do with this channel. So this channel originally was an outgrowth of my blog. I wasn't really, feeling my blog anymore. That's not how people really connect with me, so to speak. So I was putting content out there. Very few people were reading it. And I'm not going to be down on myself. I don't think it was because it was uninteresting or anything. I think that's just not how people connect anymore. At least not for the most part. So I'm going to give video a try. I really thought this channel originally was going to be about travel and travel photography. But the more I think about it and the more I listen to the counsel of people who are wiser than me on these subjects, they're telling me that my real life is pretty diverse in interests and activities, and it's pretty interesting. And so the best thing for me to do is to just take you on that full ride. There will be a lot of photography because that is a big part of my life, but there's going to be a lot of other stuff too. I'm really excited to get you in on some canoeing content, possibly as early as tomorrow. And there's so much more. So I think we're going to do some ghost hunting. We're going to do some wildlife conservation. Like, this is going to be kind of all over the place. So, I understand some episodes you're going to be into, some not so much. You're going to notice that I'm a little odd. I'm a little eccentric. And I want to be really upfront about what that's about. I don't want people speculating. I just want to put it out there and normalize it. I am autistic. Some people, especially parents of autistic children, would try to correct me and say, "No, you are a person with autism. You put the person first. You are not your condition." But I don't let people police my identity language, and neither should you. I am a person. I am a person. I am not a person with autism. Autism is not an accessory. Autism is not something bolted onto the side of me that you can discard and still have me left behind. Autism is innate in my identity and who I am. If you could somehow unwind it from me, from my brain, what you would be left with would not be a whole person. It would be a fractional person. So in being autistic, I am a whole and complete human being. So this channel is not really going to be about autism. It may come up from time to time, again, just because it is part of who I am. But really, this is going to be about my interests and my passions and what I do every day outside of the workplace. So, I was thinking a lot about some of my ground rules for this channel. I don't mean ground rules for you, the viewer. ground rules for me as a content provider. There are some character traits that I have that I'm trying to mature in, or grow beyond, or incorporate in a more positive way. People around me will often say that I'm prickly or critical, hypercritical, and I want to be really careful with this channel to be positive, constructive, uplifting. So I'm going to avoid any kind of content that is really knocking anything down. If I'm doing a product review here, you can probably assume from the get-go that it's a product that I like. I'm going to be more inclined to not publish a review of a product that I don't like, only because I don't want to be putting like really critical stuff out there, you know. Right now I do not have any sponsors, so all the content I have in the pipeline is stuff that I've purchased for myself with my own money, without any kind of considerations from a vendor or sponsor. You will from time to time see links in my video descriptions for the equipment that I use. I'm gonna put links in the description for this video that talk about like the action camera that I'm using, and you know how I'm mounting it to my dashboard and all that kind of thing. Those will be affiliate links. They're Amazon affiliate links. So if you see those, if you click those, if you choose to buy items through my links, I will get some financial consideration, a very small financial consideration for that purchase, and I appreciate it. But at the same time, I want you to know it does not in any way change the price of the item for you. So it's a good way, like if you're going to buy something that I'm talking about in these videos, if you use one of my links to buy that item, that's a nice little tip. It's a nice little thank you from me without you having to pay any more money for that consideration. So with that said, I'm coming up on a red light now, and I think it's a good time to stop the video. I'm going to be recording some other content, some photography content when I get downtown that's going to be incorporated in another video. I think this one here is going to be the kickoff for my channel. So this seems like a good note to end it on.